Beyond Galaxyland is the perfect example of RPGs not having to be huge in order to be fun, solid experiences. This sci-fi planet-hopping RPG was developed by Sam Enright and is a follow-up to his first title, The Greater Good, released in 2018. If it wasn't the gorgeous retro-style pixel art that gave me a strong dose of nostalgia, then it was definitely one of the trailers that featured Spaceman from Babylon Zoo. Boy oh boy, does that one take me back. If you're after a nostalgic retro turn-based RPG experience that does not waste your time with space travel and a gun-wielding guinea pig, then Beyond Galaxyland should not be missed. Before we get into it, if you liked this video, it would help me out a lot to hit that like button and sub for more RPG content coming soon. I'd also like to thank the publishers for the review code, and all footage that you see is from the PS5 version of the game. Have you played Beyond Galaxyland yet? What did you think, or is it something you're interested in trying? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, let's get into it. The first thing that caught my eye was the gorgeous visuals. This style looks great and really brings to life the many different types of environments, from futuristic sci-fi cities to desolate frozen plains. The shot sizes often change too, between the wide environmental shots when exploring the landscapes to getting up close and personal during some of the story scenes. These zoomed in, sharp pixel edges felt so nostalgic. I did however feel that sometimes the game was too dark, and I really would have liked a brightness option, particularly when exploring the cities at night or the dark caves. And I've also got to make a mention to the soundtrack. There's a range of mostly electronic style music, and it works really well to support the sci-fi genre, but can also create atmosphere when needed. Beyond Galaxyland follows the journey of Doug, a high school student who is unexpectedly whisked away to another solar system called Galaxyland just before a cosmic force known as the End obliterates Earth. Here, Doug learns that he, as well as a select group of humans, have been rescued by an intergalactic corporate empire known as Dream Corps. The whole premise of the game involves Doug gathering allies, exploring various planets, and unraveling the mysteries behind Dream Corps and the End. I really enjoyed the story. It's got a fair few twists and turns with a great blend of both light-hearted and serious moments. Beyond Galaxyland only took me around 15 hours to complete, and I was hooked from start to finish. The pacing here is great, and I never felt that I was wasting my time. The next objective was always made clear, with the story progressing at a steady rate right until the end. On that note, the ending left a lot to be desired and lacked a lot of the resolutions that I was expecting. Some of it also went right over my head, and it doesn't help that there's a serious lack of ending discussion on the internet. One of these days someone will explain it to me. Or maybe that's the point, it could mean anything or nothing. Beyond Galaxyland features no voice acting, but the dialogue to progress the story is always engaging and very concise, with some great nods to games and movies too, such as the Juno Zolom creature which circles around the planet of Juno. If you want to reach Juno, you'll need to upgrade the speed of your ship first, because if you do run into him, you're going to get slaughtered. If you're not joining the dots, this is quite obviously a reference to the Midgar Zolom from Final Fantasy VII. The cast of characters that accompany Doug are all likeable without being particularly deep, but this isn't really expected with shorter RPGs such as this. I did like them all though, in terms of the designs and personalities, such as the mysterious cloak Malefactor, Marty Bot who offers some great comic relief, and Doug's cute little pet, Boom Boom. Now, how many games do you have an adorable, intellectually and physically enhanced guinea pig sidekick who learns more and more of the English language as you progress through the game? Boom Boom, you are awesome. When you run into an enemy on the map, you'll enter a turn-based battle. These mechanics are fairly simple, but I did have a lot of fun with them. You can take 3 characters into battle at a time, with the ability to tag in your reserves on the fly at no cost. When it's their turn, a character can use their turn points to attack the enemy multiple times. If an attack hits, you'll gain an ability point, but if it misses, you'll lose 2 ability points. These ability points are shared between your party, and managing these and using your AP consuming timing abilities at the right time is the major strategic consideration of battle. Sometimes it may be better to skip your turn or skip some attacks for guaranteed AP accumulation, rather than attack enemies multiple times and risk depleting your AP. Defensive timing also contributes to your AP accumulation. If you time a defensive button press just as the enemy attacks, you'll reduce damage, but if you don't do this or mistime it, you'll lose a couple of AP. This means that you'll always need to be paying attention. The other major battle mechanic is summoning, which uses a tried and true monster catching system. When an enemy is low on HP, you can use Doug's capture ability for a chance to catch the enemy. Once caught, they can be equipped to your party members and summoned in battle. Each summon provides a unique ability, and most can be leveled up to learn an additional one. Using these summon abilities gives you a load more options in battle, and aside from your character's equipment, it is the major way to personalize your party. Now, summoning these creatures consume SP, and the only way to restore this is through using an item or resting at a save point. To be honest, I didn't really like how this was implemented. Most of these abilities consume way too many points, and I only ever use them during boss fights. Even during the endgame, I often only had enough SP to cast a single summon ability, and I felt that some way to restore these indirectly without using an item would have encouraged their use a lot more. Despite its simplicity, Beyond Galaxyland's combat was still a lot of fun. The fights are fast and the bosses don't take too long to get through. In terms of difficulty, I did feel that it was a bit on the easy side. By the endgame, I was very OP, but I will admit, it did feel good to absolutely destroy my foes with Doug, who I customized to be my 9-hit DPS beast. But if I did want more of a challenge, there are some difficulty options that are unlocked for the New Game Plus. Before I move on, I did encounter a couple of minor issues. Firstly is that you can't revisit tutorials. The combat is fairly simple, but I'm still dying to know how the element weakness system works. The menu system also doesn't tell you what abilities characters have or what summoned abilities actually do. To find this information out, you'll need to go into battle and read the descriptions from there. Hopefully, this is something that'll be patched soon. Beyond Galaxyland's story starts off fairly linear, but once you get access to a spaceship, there are several optional planets that you can visit, presenting their own storylines and side quests. Navigating around the world is done on a 2D plane, with certain points allowing you to change depths or enter buildings. Now, something that I'm not usually a fan of is platforming in RPGs. I'm looking at you, Xenogears. While the platforming elements here did take a while to get used to with a little bit of falling, I didn't think they were too much of an issue, as they usually finished before I became frustrated. Most of these dungeons also have their own puzzles. These are fairly simple to complete, but a lot of them do provide access to secret optional sections, so I always try to experiment with all possibilities. But if you're one of those people who hate puzzles, there is an option to skip some of them, but you probably won't need to. For such a short RPG adventure, the amount of optional content is pretty impressive. Starting with the side quests, I thought they were very well done. They're all varied, tell some interesting stories, and most provide some great rewards for completion. This is an example of quality over quantity, something that more games need to be doing. Beyond Galaxyland also features a photography mechanic. By holding down the camera button, you can take photos of dozens of creatures scattered throughout the galaxy. This not only provides a description of the creatures in the photography section of the menu, but by taking a photo of the enemy before battle, their health will be revealed. Some side quests also require you to follow clues and photograph rare creatures, which can be quite challenging. While the main story only takes around 15 hours to complete, if you want to dig into all of the optional content, you can expect to spend quite a few more. Capturing all of the summons, taking a photo of all of the creatures, shooting the hidden tokens, completing the battle arena and racing minigames, and defeating the super boss should all keep you busy for at least another 5 hours or more. Beyond Galaxyland gave me exactly what I wanted. A planet-hopping sci-fi turn-based RPG that was a load of fun from start to finish, with a gun-wielding guinea pig as a cherry on top. The game looks amazing too, with its beautiful visuals and awesome electronic soundtrack that does exactly what it needs to. The short story was very well paced, and the interesting cast of characters with clever, snappy dialogue kept me entertained at all times. I just wasn't a fan of the ending and felt that a lot more could have been being done here. For such a short adventure, there was a surprising amount of exploration and side content to dig into, and working through these were some of my favourite moments in the game. The turn-based combat system is simple and solid, however, I would have liked a little bit more when it came to SP use and summoning in battle, as I was rarely encouraged to use these features as much as I would have liked. The menu is also missing some key information in being able to view past tutorials and also viewing info on character and summoning abilities. Beyond Galaxyland isn't going to blow you away in scope, but for what it sets out to do, it does it exceptionally well. If you're after a short retro RPG set in a fascinating sci-fi universe, then look no further. What did you think of the game, or are you interested in giving it a go? Let me know in the comments below. This was Hellfire RPGs, thanks for watching. If you liked this review, it would help me out a lot to hit that like button and sub for more RPG content coming soon. See you next time.